Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Replacing a clutch in a car is a complex task that requires a good understanding of automotive mechanics, as well as access to the right tools. Below is a comprehensive tutorial outlining the general steps involved in replacing a clutch in a manual transmission vehicle. While this tutorial won't include specific code examples like a programming task, it will contain detailed steps, tips, and precautions to help you through the process. #### Tools and equipment needed. 1. Basic hand tools, wrenches, sockets, screwdrivers, pliers, etc. 2. Torque wrench, for tightening bolts to manufacturer's specifications. 3. Jack and jack stands, to lift the vehicle safely. 4. Clutch alignment tool, to align the clutch disc properly during installation. 5. Flywheel tool, if needed for holding the flywheel in place. 6. Shop manual, for specific torque specs and detailed instructions for your vehicle. #### Safety precautions. Always wear safety gloves and goggles. Ensure the vehicle is on a flat surface and securely supported by jack stands. Disconnect the battery to avoid electrical shorts. Be cautious of sharp edges and heavy components. #### Steps to replace a clutch. #### Step 1, Preparation. 1. Gather information, obtain the service manual for your specific make and model, as it will provide critical information about torque specs and the specific steps for your vehicle. 2. Buy replacement parts, purchase a new clutch kit that includes the clutch disc, pressure plate, release bearing, and any other necessary components. ###. Step 2, remove the transmission. 1. Disconnect the battery, remove the negative terminal. 2. Lift the vehicle, use a jack to raise the front of the car and secure it with jack stands. 3. Remove the drive shaft, if your vehicle has a drive shaft, disconnect it from the transmission and the differential, if applicable. 4. Disconnect linkages, remove the shifter linkage and any electrical connectors. 5. Unbolt the transmission, remove the bolts holding the transmission to the engine. Support the transmission with a jack or transmission jack. 6. Remove the transmission, carefully slide the transmission away from the engine. You may need to tilt it to clear the engine block. ###. Step 3, remove the old clutch. 1. Inspect the flywheel, remove the flywheel, if necessary, to inspect for damage or wear. 2. Unbolt the pressure plate, remove the bolts securing the pressure plate to the flywheel. 3. Remove the clutch disc, take out the old clutch disc and note its orientation. 4. Inspect components, check the flywheel for warping or scoring. Resurface or replace if necessary. ###. Step 4, install the new clutch. 1. Clean the flywheel, ensure the flywheel surface is clean. 2. Install clutch disc, place the new clutch disc onto the flywheel, ensuring the correct orientation, usually marked. 3. Install pressure plate, position the new pressure plate over the clutch disc and tighten the bolts in a star pattern to ensure even pressure. 4. Install release bearing, attach the new release bearing to the input shaft of the transmission. ###. Step 5, reinstall the transmission. 1. Align the transmission, position the transmission back onto the engine. Ensure that it is aligned properly. 2. Bolt the transmission, secure the transmission with bolts, ensuring they are tightened to the specified torque. 3. Reconnect linkages, reattach the shifter linkage and any electrical connectors. 4. Reinstall the drive shaft, if applicable, reconnect the drive shaft. Step 6, final steps. 1. Reconnect the battery, reattach the negative battery terminal. To lower the vehicle, carefully remove the jack stands and lower the vehicle. 3. Test the clutch, start the vehicle and test the clutch operation. Check for any unusual noises or issues. Hashtag additional tips. Take your time, this job can take several hours, so plan accordingly. Consider professional help. If you're unsure about any steps, it's wise to consult a professional mechanic. Dispose of old parts properly, follow local regulations for disposing of automotive parts. Hashtag conclusion. Replacing a clutch is a challenging but rewarding DIY project. By following these steps and taking the necessary precautions, you can successfully replace the clutch in your manual transmission vehicle. Always refer to your vehicle's service manual for specific guidance related to your model. If at any point you feel uncomfortable with the process, don't hesitate to seek professional help.